Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Digital Nomad Mastery, the podcast and the videocast where we teach you how to make money while traveling the world. I'm here in beautiful Arequipa, Peru. Took a long bus ride from last night all the way to this morning. Had a couple hours rest, and now super excited to interview our guest today. Our guest today is actually a popular digital nomad. He's spoken at the Nomad Summit in Chiang, Thailand. He's actually a video blogger, YouTuber, and now he's actually based in Bangkok, Thailand. So our guest is Riley Bennett, and he's actually from a similar area of the continent from me originally. I'm from Vancouver, BC, Canada, and our guest is actually from Bellevue, Washington in the US. So it's about 3 hours drive from each other, but we haven't met in person yet. And now I'm here in Peru, he's in Thailand, so we'll have to cross paths in person one of these days. So I'm going to be interviewing Riley all about his digital nomad journey, what made him leave the US to travel the world, and how he makes income online, and also some you who are watching and listening on how you can also become a digital nomad. So Riley, welcome to the show. I see you have the great shirt on, the digital nomad shirt. Awesome, love it, love it, love it. Living that life, great YouTube channel. So to start off with, Riley, why don't we get to know you a little bit better? If you do a quick introduction, a little bit more about your background.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, thanks for having me on the show. Definitely, it's possible for us to cross paths in the future. I have my sights on Latin America for next year, definitely. But yeah, so for people that don't know me, I guess I've been a digital nomad now for 3 years now, since I left the States and came out to Chiang Mai, Thailand. That's where I based myself first. I actually, long story short, went to high school, went to university, and just kind of wanted to travel after university. And my best friend, Parker, who I grew up with, he lives out here with me. We're business partners in the online game. And he actually did a study abroad program in Thailand, of all places. And I actually came out for 2 weeks to visit him on his study abroad Thailand. And that was kind of, we went back home and we were kind of like, that was too short. What if we just like got a job and worked in Thailand for a year and got that true work and live abroad experience. So that was kind of our main goal, fresh out of university. And we moved into a 1-bedroom apartment, the famous 1-bedroom studio that I talk about. I slept on the couch for a year, and that was kind of our mastermind to figure out what we're going to do, how we're going to go live abroad for a year, whether it's Thailand or another place. And the secret sauce, my _1 life hack that I talk about a lot, was not subscribing to cable TV and just hooking up the YouTube to the TV, and consuming a lot of YouTube. And from there, we found out about what a digital nomad was. We discovered the 4-hour work week and all that stuff. And then ideas are just like boom, boom, boom. So the main YouTuber, blogger, digital nomad online guy that we found was Johnny FD, that a lot of you guys may know. And long story short, he and Anton, the dropship lifestyle guy, they put on a retreat in Chiang Mai, Thailand, or a conference, or whatever you want to call it. That was October of 2014. So Parker and I were like, you know what? Maybe we should go to that conference and meet all these digital nomads, see what they're doing, and just see if we can figure it out. So yeah, we took that leap of faith. We saved up about 10 grand from our jobs. I was a door-to-door salesman, working for Comcast. So glad I didn't sign ourselves up for cable TV, just internet only package. And Parker was working at the Marriott, normal corporate jobs, and saved up as much as we could, and worked on our drop shipping stores, worked on, looking into the online stuff for 6 months to a year before we went to Chiang Mai, and then had that date on the calendar, October 14th or October 2014, to just go out to Chiang Mai. And that was our excuse. So a big life hack that I tell people is find your excuse to just make the jump and go, not saying it's good to quit your job. There's a right time to do that and go all in. For everyone, it's different, but that's what we did. And long story short, we ended up getting into selling on Amazon, kind of the private label importing method. Tried a couple products that weren't successful, and then tried one product that's been selling for 2 years straight. We created this product, and that's been our main income for the last 2 years, and we have a handful of products now. Yeah, that's been keeping us out here, and business is growing. We're always building the business. And as far as YouTube, just after our first year living in Chiang Mai, I was kind of, documenting a lot just with my phone on Snapchat and stuff. After a year, I was like, this is amazing. Like, we made it. We're still out here. That was a success. We're making a little bit of money online. So we're like, I'm like, obviously a huge fan of YouTube, huge fan of like, the originals, Casey Neistat, way before the vlog. I'm like an original Casey Neistat fan. I've always been a creative person my whole life. I used to make like mixtapes and comedy mixtapes in high school and middle school before the word podcast was even invented. I used to make music in high school and college. So I'm always the guy that's like recording, snapping pictures and stuff. So naturally, I got the little vlog camera that Casey Neistat talks about, the Canon G7X, and I started just being like, hey, this is us. This is the cool food we eat. This is the stuff we do. This is what it looks like out here in Thailand and Vietnam, where we were living at the time when I launched the channel. And it was initially just to document the fun times, just to make home movies, just to make travel videos, just to, remember the good times with me and my best friend out here living in Southeast Asia. So, yeah, I got to pinch myself every day that we're still out here and we have a successful business and everything. It's crazy, but yeah, there's my story, my short story there for people that don't know me.
Awesome. It's great to hear. You've come full circle, Riley, ever since the beginning, where you actually being inspired by all these other YouTubers,
Yeah.
people like Casey Neistat and Johnny FD and Anton, and now other people are actually being inspired by you. So I just wanted to give you a pat on the back for congratulations for creating a successful YouTube channel and really inspiring a lot of other people to travel and to become nomadic themselves. And great job on the videos. I've actually watched quite a few of them. I was actually in Medellin, Colombia, and I was like watching the one where you actually and it made me reminisce about my own times there in Medellin, one of the other big digital nomad hotspots besides Chiang Mai and Bangkok, where you are. So tell us about the channel. Your YouTube channel has become quite successful now. Tell us about the origin. When did you start the channel? And then tell us about the videos you've produced on there so far, and how you're marketing and how have you built up your channel.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I guess if you for the diehard fans, if you go back to like 2014, I have maybe once or twice a month a video just from my iPhone 5. So when I was in Chiang Mai for the first year, I was doing an occasional video with my phone. I was doing a lot of Snapchatting. I still do a Snapchatting every day. For people that don't know me, that's what. Another thing that I'm famous for is the guy that Snapchats more than anyone that you know. So I'm basically doing daily Snapchat vlogs out here. I've been doing daily Snapchat vlogs, quote unquote. Not Casey Neistat quality, but just like, here and there for 3 years, like almost freaking every day. But it was after our first year in Thailand that I just started to do regular YouTube videos with an actual camera, not just my phone. So when we went home to visit for the summer, for the month of July, the past 3 summers we've gone back for the month of July to visit home, visit family. It's cool that we get to say visit home now, not just go home. So when we do vacation, we vacation to Seattle or Bellevue. So yeah, when I was back home, I bought a Canon G7X Powershot vlog camera, and then when we came back out to this part of the world, we based ourselves in Saigon next, and that was when I started to edit and do Casey Neistat style, if you want to call that, videos every week. regularly once a week. And that's when it started. Actually, this month, 2 years ago, September 2015 was when I posted my first official YouTube video with an actual camera, the first camera I've ever owned in my life. September 2015, and I just, you know, like Casey Neistat says, just, and also what Tim Ferriss says, just do videos that you would want to watch, you know, scratch your own itch. So I did my best to, you know, emulate, you know, the Casey Neistat style as best as you can as far as creating a story. And obviously my first vlogs are, you know, crappy as everyone's are. But yeah, I was consistently did a video every week from 2015, 2 years until now. And I actually have 350 videos. So it's been maybe average 2 or 3 per week for 2 years consistently. And no special marketing whatsoever. People found me initially through Saigon, people that are traveling through Saigon. And then people started finding me through the digital nomad keyword. That was a big one. I started, you know, if you're consistent and people like your videos and they watch them and they like who you are, they're going to subscribe and they're going to follow you and watch you again. And then eventually YouTube will take note of that and start, you know, suggesting your videos around YouTube, and then it just kind of goes from there. So really no secret sauce. I was just literally excited to make videos and just make home movies, really. And if people like to watch them, they like to watch them and share them. So yeah, that's how it started.
Awesome. You know, some key takeaways there. Quality content. You've done an amazing job of content. And then also, I think consistency, the fact that you did it at least weekly and then sometimes multiple times a week. And then I guess ranking yourself on YouTube by titles and keywords and descriptions. And then at the end of the day, people find it and then they refer it, they share it. And then here you are. I think you're at 20,000 subscribers or something like that, right?
Yeah, man. I was super blessed to have hit 20,000 subscribers exactly 2 years later after starting. So yeah, you know.
Awesome, man. So what tips and advice would you give to someone who wants to start their own YouTube channel, who wants to do you know, video blogging or travel vlogging? You've been inspired by others and now people are inspired by you, and I'm sure there are people who are just starting out, who've been doing it for first. What would you say to someone who's watching YouTube channel or video blog?
Well, I don't talk too much about starting about how to YouTube or anything, because I'm not a professional like videographer by any means. I'm just a guy that is enjoying himself and wants to share the fun memories. But if someone wants to start YouTubing, like what's the secret to grow it? It's just totally be yourself. Too many people out there make videos and they're, I don't know, trying to just be yourself. You know, it takes a while. Just let it out. If people like you, they're going to really like you. And if they're not going to like you, then they're just probably not going to want to watch. So just totally be yourself, have your own style, scratch your own itch, make videos that you would want to watch. And then there's also an aspect of SEO to YouTube for sure. Find out what people in your niche are asking. And if you're into doing informational type videos, do informational type videos about what people want to know most. You know, the highest SEO type videos, the blog post type videos, right? So I think they say people come to YouTube for 2 reasons or 2 or 3 reasons, to either to be entertained or to be informed, to learn something. So either be entertaining or make it really informative and help people, you know, figure out what they're trying to figure out or whatever. But just be yourself and yeah, be consistent. That's all I really did.
Awesome. You're definitely very real on the videos, just being yourself. And I think at the end of the day, people resonate with that. The right people like you, and they'll follow you, and they'll subscribe to you and share you, etc. So be you. It's hard enough being someone else, so just be you. Great tips. Yeah. So Riley, you've created a successful online business as well, which allows you to sustain your travels, sustain your lifestyle. Tell us more. Tell us more about why did you specifically choose selling products online? I don't know if you want to reveal the products themselves, but if you do, share away. But if not, then how do you choose the product? You said you have one main one and then several other ones. So walk us through a little bit of the origin story of your internet marketing business.
Cool. Yeah, it started with stumbling on Johnny FD's YouTube channel after getting interested in the work abroad thing. And then his business was drop shipping, so we started with that. For people that don't know, that's having your RileyStore.com and you're driving traffic, driving ads to that store. And when someone placed the order, then you go and order one at a time from the supplier and deliver it to the customer's house. So that was drop shipping. We started out with that, ended up pivoting to Amazon FBA, or private labeling, which is buying in bulk. So we order 1,000 or 1,500 or 200 at 2,000, or for the holidays 5 or 10,000 at a time. And this is a product that we created. It has our logo on it and everything. And so we own that. We own that brand. We control the pricing. Yeah, we own that product, that business. And we got into it just because people in Chiang Mai were doing it. People at the Dropship conference in 2014 were doing it with a lot of success. Yeah, we gave it a try. We put some of our cash investment into it with a test order of a product. That's kind of how you do it. And if it sells well, you order more. That's kind of the method. And yeah, we launched our first prototype product early 2015. And yeah, Amazon's been our main income. And of course, after 1 year of YouTubing, the #1 question that I got from people was, "What do you do, man?" Because I didn't really talk about like what I did. I was just like, oh, doing food and nightlife and just like lifestyle stuff, until the market spoke and they wanted me to talk more about Amazon. But what is this Amazon? How does it work? So people were like, how much can I pay you for coaching? And do you have a course? And then we were like, me and Parker were like, oh, okay, maybe it's time. We're getting the same questions every day. Maybe we should just record ourselves on video. And so that spun off into our Amazon course or coaching website, video course website, whatever you want to call it. So now I actually have one of those because my audience wanted to pay me for that. So in a nutshell, I guess, what does it take? How do you find the product? It's basically a huge market research, supply and demand job, basically. Going on Amazon, using all the tools that are out there to crunch the numbers and see what's selling, see where the opportunities are. And we did product research for about a month, and you got to fill out spreadsheets of dozens and dozens of products and look at dozens and dozens and dozens of niches and kind of find, okay, what's selling on Amazon? What product can we create to throw in there and be better than the other guys? And we narrowed down a certain niche, and we started with 200 units of a prototype, and we threw that onto Amazon. It sold pretty well. And then we actually upgraded the prototype, made it better based off the feedback, and then launched our current main product now. And yeah, that's how it is. It's just like any business. You see what the market demands. In this case, selling physical products online, which where do most people in America buy physical products online? Amazon. So Amazon just is kind of what e-commerce is nowadays. So that's why I sell on Amazon, obviously. So yeah, there's that in a nutshell.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Definitely, I'm sure people have more questions, and we'll have the link to the course below too. So if people wanted to, check out the course and learn more info, they can definitely do that. Life in the road is definitely not easy all the time. There's struggles, ups and downs, and on social media, you typically see the good stuff. So I'd love to hear some of your challenges too. What have been your struggles and challenges in living the digital nomad life? Besides the Wi-Fi, I think that's one of my main struggles. But any other challenges stick out to you?
Yeah, this was actually one of the FAQs that I got, starting my channel. And I actually do have a video. It's called What's the Worst Part About the Digital Nomad Lifestyle? And the nutshell, for me personally, it's different for everyone. And I kind of have a life hack being out here, being with my best friend. So much harder to do it by yourself. And so I'm very lucky and blessed to have that friend that was down to do it with me and kind of that support. But number one downside for me is not being around your crew, all your friends, not being able to see all your friends every week, not being able to see your family every week or ever so often. So yeah, it's not being around your people. And yeah, missing your friends and family. That's the biggest.
Yeah, I'm lucky in a way too because I'm traveling with my wife and kids currently. But I definitely miss the family, the friendships back from Canada. And even though I'm connecting with them on Facebook or Skype or WhatsApp, it's definitely not the same as the face-to-face and the eye-to-eye, just hanging out at a cafe or restaurant. So definitely that's one of the hardest parts about being a digital nomad. But the good thing about being in a place like Bangkok where you are, or like Chiang Mai or over here in Peru is like there's so many other foreigners, expats, travelers, so you're always meeting people and you almost make new friendships. But unfortunately, when you're traveling a lot, you say goodbye, and that's probably the hardest part as well, saying goodbye to the new friends.
Yeah. I think I do mention that in my video as well. It's a double-edged sword. Everything is a double-edged sword. There's pros and cons. So you do get to meet people from all around the world that are, especially if you're a digital nomad and people connect on Facebook groups and there's meetups, you get to meet with like-minded people from all around the world. So your Facebook feed is just now all digital nomads. Like, you should see me. It's like crazy. I live in this little travel digital nomad bubble, and I'm sure you too. But the flip side to that is every few months, if you're traveling, it's like, yeah, bye. But hey, win some, lose some.
Exactly. It's part of the game. It's part of the experience. And yeah, I can definitely relate to that. The Facebook feed. When I was back in Vancouver, I was actually just surrounded and connected with just local Vancouver people, and we were all talking about the same stuff. And then I started, connecting with digital nomads, travelers, and all of a sudden, boom! I have friends around the world, and it's a great thing because when we're traveling, then we get to meet people, and I also get inspired when I see people like, oh, they're traveling in Africa currently, they're traveling in the Middle East, Eastern Europe. I'm like, I gotta go there. I gotta go there. So it's a constant and never-ending desire to keep traveling. And one of my major goals is to visit every country. We're country number 71 here in Peru. In Bolivia, we'll be in Bolivia a couple of weeks. Country number 72, and we still have a long way to go. But that's a big major goal. Tell us about your goals. I mean, you're based in Bangkok now. You have a successful business, successful YouTube channel. Tell us about some of your goals going forward in terms of your business, your life, and your travels.
Awesome. Great question. And I'm glad that you have that goal as well, to visit every country, because what better goal to have? That's the coolest goal ever. And that actually is one of my goals long term, is to visit every country. And I'm definitely in no hurry. We're doing it slow travel style. We're starting out here in Southeast Asia because why? That's kind of where our mentors were, so to speak. That's where Johnny and Anton put the conference. If they put the conference in Latin America, then we'd probably be in Latin America now. I want to be, all I can say at this point is I'm enjoying what I'm doing. The travel blogging is obviously much more fulfilling than selling some random product on Amazon. So yeah, I want to take my travel blogging career full time travel the world. I mean, is that not everyone's dream? I mean, come on, how lucky are we? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want to keep it going, and also lucky to have so many like YouTubers that I can just look up to and be like, okay, I want to be doing stuff like that. Like for example, Jabril and Passport Heavy, another digital nomad traveler who I'm lucky enough to meet out here and hang out with a handful of times out here in Thailand. Like what he's doing, he has like just a travel channel, like a travel, you know, magazine or whatever the frick you want to call it on YouTube, just traveling, making cool travel videos, informative, like a travel company, travel agency. So I want living that life to kind of be like that, just be a dope YouTube channel, brand, travel agency, digital marketing agency, just an overall awesome YouTube channel and brand and everything. And you know, you got Casey Neistat to look up to. He's always making great content. I'm just like such a consumer of YouTube. That's naturally where I'm gonna go. So yeah, man, my visions are just continue to travel and do dope shit, as we say.
Awesome, and you mentioned Jabril, definitely inspiration, Passport Heavy. We're actually having him on the show as well, scheduling the time for that one. So stay tuned for that episode with Jabril, and we'll have John as well. You know, we're trying to interview pretty much all the digital nomads we can. So we're already at almost 300. We're about 285. You're about 285. So it'll be, I think we're currently the podcast with the most digital nomad interviews in the world. So a lot more to go though. So if you know any Riley or anyone watching, definitely send them our way. We'd love to interview them. So Riley, you've left Bellevue. You've achieved your dream. Like you said, you got to pinch yourself because the dream of making money and traveling. And so am I. I'm really grateful every single wake up in a new place. It's definitely quite a blessing to travel. A lot of people don't have the opportunity to even leave.
Yeah.
Their own state or their own country. So every day I'm definitely super grateful. There might be someone watching who's never ever left their own city, or they've never left, you know, and they want to live the life you're living, or the life I'm living, or the life of so many of our interviewees. What advice would you give to that person watching now who wants to become a digital nomad and they just don't know where to start?
Well, you know, the best advice I guess I can give is just kind of sharing my story and saying that's what worked for me. Maybe it will work for you. You know, everyone's situation is different, but what happened to work for me was I got hooked on the travel bug with a short vacation, so to speak, the 2 weeks trip to Thailand. So even if you're in high school or doing a gap year after high school or after university, take the longest trip you can take. I actually have recently posted video about the gap year and about how it's basically the best thing ever. All the entrepreneurs say and all the wise people say the gap year will help you find yourself, what you want to do in life. And, you know, as they say, when you travel, you find yourself, you get lost to find yourself and stuff like that. So even if it's just the typical corporate 2 weeks, and I recommend all my friends, 3 weeks is twice as good as 2 weeks. The 4-hour work week, it talks about TOOWEAK. 2 weeks is always 2 weeks. And that's so funny because that was my actual story. My first 2 weeks, my 2-week vacation in Asia, we were going home right when I was just getting used to it, getting over the culture shock. So 3 weeks is better if you can do that, guys. But yeah, take a trip. That's one. And then the number 2 thing, if you want to be a digital nomad, if you want to be me, you know, I wanted to be boom Johnny, and you know, boom, I wanted to be Johnny in YouTube in Thailand. Like now I have a couple podcasts with him. Crazy. If you want to, if you like what we're doing out here, if this is your dream, the travel lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, then you got to get the 4-hour work week. Obviously, you may already have it, but anyway, that's kind of will open your mind to a lot of things. I recommend that in almost every video that I have. But yeah, get the 4-hour work week. You can get the audio book or the book. And yeah, that's my 2 best pieces of advice.
Yeah, I definitely want to echo that too. Definitely, the 4-hour work week is kind of like the Bible for digital nomads. And there's another great book as well, Unworking. I interviewed the author, so make sure you check out Unworking. He talks about patchwork. So a lot of digital nomads don't just make one source of income. It's the multiple streams of income. You patch it all together, and boom, you got your full-time income to travel the world. The other good one is Vagabonding by Ralph Potts.
Oh yeah.
Talks all about the mindset of a traveler, and you know, there's a whole bunch of other ones, but those are my top 3 recommendations. So besides that, obviously listen to podcasts such as mine, or taking a look at YouTube videos and channels such as Jabril's and JD, and also Riley. Obviously check out his YouTube channel, and just you know, reach out to other digital nomads. Most digital nomads are very easygoing, as I am, and as Riley is, and we're really willing to help out and give back, because we've known how great it is, and also the struggles. You know, there are a lot of struggles along the way. So Riley, to end off here, how can people connect with you? Tell us about your website, your YouTube channel, your social media, maybe plug your course as well. You mentioned the course earlier. So how can people reach out and connect with you and learn more?
Yeah, people message me literally every single day now. I'm answering questions and messaging people on social media, whatever your favorite one is. My mains are Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, comments, and Facebook. So yeah, all the usual ones. Contact me. Just hit me up anytime. And YouTube channel, and I have videos on my channel about Amazon, about what I do. There's one called Amazon 101. If you want to know me talk 30 minutes breaking down exactly what I do, you can check out the Amazon 101 video if you want to know more about that. And then yeah, that's it.
And you mentioned a course as well. You have a course, right?
Yeah, the course, it's called the Amazon Method. I don't know, it's just the name that made sense. The AmazonMethod.com is where the course is at. I think the Amazon 101 video is actually embedded on that screen. So the AmazonMethod.com, that's where my course is currently.
Awesome. Well, it was great to chat. You know, hear Peru tuning out, and you know, thanks for being on the show from Bangkok.
Yeah, man, my pleasure here. This is daily life. This is daily cafe life. We got a 24-hour cafe here, and I hope you like to spend a lot of time in cafes, drinking coffee if you want to be a digital nomad, guys.
Exactly, or you gotta spend a lot of time in hostels. I just checked into a hostel here, and it's you know, a nice courtyard here. So since you did a tour, I'll do a tour as well. So we have a nice garden area here, and wife and kids are just resting after that long bus ride from Hokkien. So thanks again, my friend Riley. I look forward to connecting. I'm not sure where, but I'm sure life as digital nomads will path somewhere down this beautiful world we'll all live in.
It is beautiful indeed.
All right. Thanks, my friend.
Yeah, pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And thanks everyone for tuning into this episode. You know, make sure you connect with Riley. Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. Let's get him up to like 50,000 and then 100,000 subscribers. Make sure you check out his course as well. His social media, he's quite active on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook. I'll have those links below. So thanks everyone for tuning into this episode of Digital Nomad Mastery, live on location here from beautiful Arequipa, Peru, with Riley from Living That Life. So adios amigos, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Digital Nomad Mastery, the podcast and the video cast where we teach you how to make money while traveling the world.